He always talks about his golf game, but I've seen him play, and he's really not as good years ago as he thought that he was.
Well, he and I did own a boat together once that the boys tended to just tear up. But I had one in there too, so it wasn't just his three. But that boat had a hard life.
One day I go in there to see my banker, Bill Kelly. This was at the old Citizens National Bank. And Bill Kelly had gone, and they introduced me to Bill Nesbitt. Here's this little young red-headed kid, and I'm thinking, wow, I gotta deal with this kid. Well, when I went in his office, started talking to him, I realized this is a smart kid.
My brothers and I learned early on that if you wanted to get with Bill, his work ethic was such that you had to get up early and be in the kitchen by 7 o'clock in the morning because he was out the door at 7:05. So if you had anything you wanted to ask or beg for, it had to be done. So you got to get up and get ready and go. And if you didn't get that 7 o'clock cutoff, you had to wait until 7 p.m. because he was working 7 to 7, and he worked every Saturday.
I've known Bill for almost 30 years now. Most of that time I've worked with him at the bank and consider him a mentor, a boss obviously, and a friend.
In his younger years, he was extremely active in this town in terms of the economic development of Waco, in terms of philanthropy, in terms of business and attracting business.
Bill went into banking on the belief that he could help businesses grow, and that's what he's stuck with ever since. He sees banking as the ability to help businesses that are his customers grow.
Well, there's probably not many more great citizens in Waco than Bill Nesbitt. He has always been a positive influence on this community and his industry, and that goes back to his days from Baylor and all the other places. He's always been the stand-up guy. That's important.
He really is the embodiment of making people better, using his intelligence to be a great leader. By doing all that and by being in the industry that he's in, he's really been able to make a huge impact on the city of Waco.
So his service with the Rotary, his service with the Chamber. He's served on the Rappaport Foundation since its inception. He served on the Cooper Foundation until he recently chose to roll off after 35 years. The Meadows Foundation. Some of the things that I think have had a huge economic impact on this community are his service leading the bond election. One of the Waco mayors, I believe Virginia Dupuis, asked him to help push that forward, and that was important to him. Again, not because of the ego. There were some items in that bond that spoke to him, specifically the Waco Humane Society. I mean, talk about a role model of empathy. His love of dogs, specifically golden retrievers, is, I mean, he lives his daily life. That dogs play a huge role in who he is, and it's a beautiful thing.
I'm betting the big yellow dog wins.
Happy birthday to you.
To begin with, I'm just one of many that Bill Nesbitt has helped in this community. And I ended up with around 400 employees that I started off with one. And had it not been for Bill Nesbitt, that would never have happened.
And this is a signal honor for him. I think it recognizes what he has given to this town and what he's given to other people. He's, for an old banker, he's being an old tough boot. He's got a big, big heart and a very smart heart. And I cherish my relationship with him.
He deserves this honor just because he's shaped this community and its people in countless ways, and just has done it with a pure heart and a love for doing that and not for the recognition.
Bill, is this award, to be quite honest with you. Beyond all the things in the banking world that he was very successful in, community building was just in his DNA, and everything that he did with a grander sense of community in mind. He always wanted to make things better.
This honor is known as the Legacy Award. And why does Bill Nesbitt, why does my dad deserve this honor? His life has been dedicated to trying to make the condition of those around him better. And I say that with great conviction. He and the other recipients of this award, that's the way they live their lives. They can't imagine not living a life of service.